Hi guys, today we are going to explore the basics of Modbus communication, focusing on the master or slave architecture using RS-485. This communication protocol is widely used in industrial application to enable devices to exchange data reliably. We will also demonstrate the creation of a function box and its associated component in a PLC programming environment to implement this communication. Okay, so first thing you're gonna need to do is to set up a IS485 card into your PLC. You can see that there is a pin in your PLC and your card that can be connected. So we have to be careful not to block this pin. So let's carefully put it in here and push it in right here. After that, this is done, so you can just go ahead and open the breaker. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is to adjust or set the inverter into net mode to control it with RS485. So follow along. I have already put the instruction on the top right corner. Next, we are going to get back to the program. So a step-by-step guide is first thing you're going to do is to create a new function box. The first step is to create a new function box in your PLC programming environment. A function box is a reusable programming structure that simplifies complex tasks by encapsulating the logics. First thing you're going to do is to, after you create the function block, you have to navigate to the sidebar label basic instruction right here. Locate and select a counter operation box. In this example, we will use a count up or CTU blocks. After placing the counter block, a corresponding data box will be automatically generated. Rename the data box as needed or click OK to accept the default name. Next thing we're going to do is to include a timer into to be used to act as a clock source for the counter. The timer ensures consistent and periodic incrementation of the counter. So first thing you're going to do is to place the timer in our program and connect the timer output to the counter input to control a counting interval. Next, we're gonna configure the counter input and output. R inputs is mean reset. Use the QU is counter in output to reset the counter. The QU output indicates when the counter reach its preset value PV. Why do we use QU? QU ensures that the counter resets automatically when it completes a count cycle, enabling continuous operation without manual intervention. PV is a preset value. The PV defines the maximum count before the counter resets. In this application, it helps manage RS-485 communication by preventing simultaneous read operation, which could cause data collisions. And the output. The output is the counter output is used to generate a master request signal. Why do we need the master request signal? The master request ensures that the master initiates communication with the slave device in a controlled manner. avoiding conflict in data exchange. The COM load box is essential for initializing and configuring the communication setting. It loads the communication parameter required for RS-485 operation. Connect the first scan signal to the COM load box. This ensures the communication settings are loaded only once during the PLC startup sequence. The RS-485 communication setting. So the port is going to set to RS-485, which is the communication standard used for Modbus. But rate is determine the speed of the data transmission. Common value are 9,600, 19,200, or so bit per second. Choose a value compatible with all devices in the network. So mine is going to be 9,600. So next going to be the parity. Parity ensure that the data integrity during the transmission is okay. So option is include that 0 is no parity bit. 1 is even, 1 is odd and 2 is even. Okay, so the parity bit is set to make the total number of 1 to be even. So if we want the parity to be even, you can just simply type number 2 into it. So the next thing is we're gonna do the master block. The master block is used to send requests and receive data from the slave device. Configure the following. Okay, so we're gonna need a counter to prevent repetitive reading by spacing out communication cycles. An address specify the unique ID of slave device. This ID must match the one configured in the slave setting. I'm going to show you the inverter setting in a minute. So next thing we're gonna see is the mode. The modes define the type operation. 0 indicate that read only. 1 indicate that write only. And 2 indicate that both read and write. So in this case, it is going to be the write only. So the next thing is the data address. The data address indicates the memory location in the slave device to be accessed. Refer to the slave manual for a specific address. So in conclusion, by following this step, you can set up a reliable Modbus communication system using RS-485. This setup ensures efficiency data exchange between master and slave device while avoiding conflict and maintaining data integrity. Modbus communication is a robust and versatile protocol that is essential for modern industrial automation. Experiment with different configurations to fully understand its capability. So that is for today. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share if you think that guide helpful.